right, and then let me open, get rid of that. Let's open, I think that was week 11 outline, I think. Yeah, week 11 outline. So let me see, you're talking about question number 3. Okay.
Yep.
This one? All right, so let's open up Oracle SQL Developer. Log on. All right, to answer that question, remember we did something similar to that. That was find everybody who is under break supervision or something like that. So to do that, let me just open up the table. Let you take a look at the table again. Run EMP, and then run it. And that table has, so the table structure is that the manager number is foreign key, which duplicates the primary key EMP number. So in other words, for each employee, the manager number is the employee number of the manager who is supervising. So for example, there's the person Ford, and his analyst, and his manager is 7566, right? 7566, so we can go to 7566 here. So we found that his manager is Jones, right? So basically we need to use a manager number and an employee number to link. So to find employees under break supervision, I will say select ename from EMP, right? And then say, well, then we have to make sure that person's manager number is equal to and the Blake's employee number. So EMP number from EMP, and then ename equals to Blake. Okay, so we did that in the last class, right? Okay, so now how do we handle the question you just did? Let me just post the question, copy the question here. Delete those. So basically, we will have a few more exercises on how to delete, insert, and update using subqueries before we get into formal lectures. So let me just copy that anyway. Okay, so question here, delete those employees whose name starts with A. So that part is easy, right? Delete from EMP where ename like percentage sign, and then starts with A, so A and then percentage sign. Okay, and who is under Blake's supervision? So his manager number is equals to Blake's employee number. So I'm going to select EMP number from EMP, where ename equals to Blake. Okay. Got it?
Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Now let me see whether there's any other questions. Let me take a look here. So find employees who were hired in the same year, that's the easy one, right? And then find the number of employees hired in January of our years. I think that's the same thing as your same one question that you did already in the previous one. So sometimes I will do those kind of things. So throw out, the questions that you already did before, or maybe something similar to that. Just make sure that when you give an SQL statement, you have to, you cannot just memorize answers. You cannot just say, sometimes you have to just really understand how to solve the problem. And so some of these questions just are put in, just trying to confuse you, okay? Trying to confuse you so that you have a clear mind what you're looking for. Okay, so there's one, find number of employees hired in January of the year all years. So this question does not really need to use subqueries, right? So that's the purpose for that. And then question number 4, find employees who make more than Blake does. That's the easy one. And find those jobs whose average salary is more than the average salary of the entire company. Let's do that, okay? So question 5. So we are finding jobs whose average salary. So we are talking about average salary, you are talking about statistics, right? So therefore we have to use a group by and heaven, okay? So we say select job from EMP. And we do not need to use a where clause to select individual records. So we can skip that, group by job, and then say heaven, average salary. So here, that is what we need to find unknowns greater than what is more than average salary of the entire company. So what is that average salary? So that is select AVG of cell from EMP, right? So that's average salary for the entire company. Okay. Now let's look at question 6. Find employees who are making more than everybody in sales department. So let's do that, okay? Find employees who are making more than everybody in sales department. So basically the first part, main query is easy. Just select name from EMP, and then say, well, his salary is bigger than the question mark. So what is the maximum salary for sales department? Okay, so sales department has many people, right? So you could use one of the 2 ways. You can use a max, find a max salary, or you can say greater than, or then trying to get every employee salary in sales department. To do that, we're going to say select cell from EMP inner join DPT on number equals to n DPT number. Okay. And then dname equals to sales. Okay, so that will give you all salaries for sales department, right? And then you say greater than all of them, then that, so basically then that's what we're looking for. It's more than everybody, right? And then number 7 is easy. And number 8, find employees who are making more than 2 but smaller than Blake. That's also easy. And then next one, number 9, find clerks who has the highest salary among all clerks. Okay, so let's do that. So clerk, just say basically we're just trying to find one person whose job title is a clerk, but he is making highest salary among all clerks. So select ENN from EMP, where job is equal to clerk. Okay, and salary is bigger than or equal to all. So then we're trying to find all salaries for clerks. Select cell from EMP, where job is equal to clerk. Okay, let me know if you have questions, okay? Does it make sense? So first of all, you have to make sure that job title is clerk, and also salary is bigger than that, okay? And then that I think that's the answer for question 9. And then number 10, find the name of those departments whose employees are making more than $2,100 on average. Okay, so that's a good one. Okay, so you're trying to find those departments and the name of those departments whose employees are making more than $2,100. So you're trying to, let's just say, find a name, right? Select the name from DEPT, okay? Well, now let's see, how can we find those departments whose average salary is more than $2,100? So we can just say DEPT number, and then in, and then trying to find this department, DEPT, from EMP, then group by DEPT number, and then heaven. Okay, heaven, average salary, right? On average, yeah, average salary of cell is more than $2,100. $2,100. Okay. And some of you may ask, can I just use join? Yes, you can. So if you use join, then the solution, the answer of most the query actually is slightly easier. So dname run DEPT in join EMP on equals to EMP the DEPT number. Okay. And then after you have the join, then you can just do group by dname, and then say heaven, and then average cell is more than 2,100. Okay, so you say that often some queries, some questions can be solved in multiple different ways, and that is natural, right? Because we are talking about coding, and of course there are always more than one way to write a code to do the same thing. Okay, and so the both should give you exactly the same answer. So we do not even need to try. All right, so those I answered most of the questions here, and for a few simple ones, I think you should get those without my help. Does anybody have extra questions? Any other questions on this hands-on portion? Do you have any more questions on hands-on portion? No? All right, so now let's say if there's no, I'm going to move on to today's lesson. So that will be week 12 outline. Just let you know that starting from week 12 outline, I may not have complete lecture notes, complete chapters to cover the stuff. The reason for that is some of this advanced stuff. I'm hesitating whether I should put into the book or not, because they are really pretty advanced, like tuple variables, like hierarchical queries. So I have not even, first of all, I have not made up my mind to write the chapters. And secondly, I'm not sure whether I should do that, because sometimes this type of queries will be way beyond undergraduate students, on a requirement for undergraduate students. Okay, so if I write that, and then the book, eventually the book will be published, but I'm trying to decide whether I should do that, put into as a formal chapter or not. Okay, so anyway, what I will do is for things like union, minus, and then tuple variables like those, you just make sure you pay attention closely, and then I also explain them carefully. I will use examples, just basically. So basically, anything that if I'm going to write a chapter, is going to be just explained in my lectures. Okay, so just make sure you pay attention. All right. So first, before I do this, I will do a few more subqueries, and basically using delete, update, and insert. Okay. So let's do these questions quickly. First, example 1 for delete. So can I delete everyone under forced supervision? I think we did that, did we? Under Blake supervision, right? Yeah, so we did that. So I'm going to skip that. Is it clear, everyone? So that was one of your homework questions. So now next one, delete salesmen who were hired before Tono and have never received commission. So I'm doing example 2. So again, delete the salesman. So delete from EMP where job is equal to salesman. Okay, salesman. Okay, that's the main part. Then we need to make sure that those salesmen were hired before turnover and never received commission. So we have to use and hire date is what? Before turnover. So question mark, right? And it has never received commissions. So for this one, I think we have quite a few exercises on that because some salesmen have zero commission. That's equivalent to not receiving commission. And some salesman has no commission. So that means the commission is null, right? So you can have so you have to have both in the place. So com is null or com is equal to 0. So you have to put that inside the parentheses as just like a one condition, okay? Because otherwise, if you just do without parentheses, then you get a wrong result, okay? The result will be just, those people who are salesmen hired less than that, and the commission is null, or anybody else who have zero commission, who may not be a salesman, who may not have hired date satisfying that requirement, and you also delete those, okay? So that is not what you're looking for. You're making sure that this is the whole condition. The condition is received no commission, never received commission, okay? Okay. So now let's try to get turnover's hire date. So select hire date from EMP, well, ename equals to turnover. So that is the whole answer. Okay, just like what we did. And the next one, I'm going to skip that. That's basically the same thing as your homework. So now let's do update, okay? So here, update, except for managers, for all employees working in Boston, change their job title to operators and add $50 to their salary. Okay. Let's just, okay, we'll be still using subqueries. Okay, if I'm going too fast, let me slow down, okay? Otherwise, assuming that this is just like a review. Okay, is everybody on track? So here, except for managers, for all the people working in Boston, change their job title to operator. So that means you're going to update, right? Going to update. And also add salary. So the first main thing is update, EMP, and then set job is equal to operator. Okay, comma, and the salary will be equal to salary plus $50. Okay, so that is the main thing you want to do. And so then you want to make sure that this applies to all the people working in Boston who are not managers. So where job is not equal to manager. Okay, not equal to. And then also those people are working in Boston. So how do we find those people working in Boston? So we have to make sure that this department number is not one of the departments in Boston, right? So DEPT number, not in, okay? Select DEPT number from DEPT, where location is equal to Boston. Okay. So that means the department number is not one of the departments in Boston. Make sense? So this one, we use subquery, and the subquery was used inside the where clause, just like in select statement. Okay, but then we will see that when you do update, you can actually have subquery in some other places. So let's do the next one. Example 2. So here, James now reports to Blake. So what does it mean? James now reports to Blake. So that means Blake is now the manager for James, right? Okay, so we need to make sure what we need to update. We update EMP and set. So we need to update James' manager number. And his manager number is Blake's employee number, right? So I need a question mark in here. and then say, well, the ename equals to James. So just trying to finish the main query first, replace unknowns with question mark, and then you can come back to conquer that part, okay? So it's called a divide and conquer strategy, right? So when you have very complex problems, just divide it and then conquer each one separately, okay? All right, so now let's say we are going to find Blake's employee number. So I'm going to use subquery to do that. So select EMP number from EMP, where ename equals to Blake. Okay, yeah, that's it. The subquery does not have a does not have a semicolon. So entire statement just have one semicolon. Does it make sense? Yeah. All right, and let's do example 3. Okay, here, Milo is now promoted to be a manager. Question? Yeah. Example 1, okay. Okay. Let me see. So except for managers, that one? Okay, so let me say, except for managers, for all employees working in Boston, change their job title to operators. Okay, so let me run that and see what's error message we have. So I have 11 rows updated. I don't have anything wrong. So can you check your answer? Compare your answer to this one. Oh, okay, that means probably before that you have something wrong. So did you do like a two? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Good. All right, so Milo is not promoted to be manager, so that means his new job title is manager. Have a question? Oh, okay. Ask James, you have a question?
Yeah, I had a question on the same exact one actually. So
Yeah.
I'm confused. Why do we use not in when we're trying to find the people working in Boston?
Oh, is that right? That is a good question.
Like, should it be in? Because we're actually
Should
trying
be
to find
in,
people.
yeah.
Okay.
Should be in, right? For
Yeah.
managers, let me see. Except for managers, for all people working in Boston, change that. Okay, yeah, you're right. In. Not in. Not in, just not in Boston. Opposite. Okay. Sorry for that. Okay, you guys need to be brave to challenge my answers, okay? I'm not always right. Yeah. So except for managers. So the job for the people working in Boston, if their job title is a manager, you cannot change that. Okay? Only change job title for the people who are not managers. Make sense? Good. Okay. All right, so now let's say Milo is now promoted to be manager, and his salary is going to be smallest of all current manager salaries. So what we're going to do, so going to update EMP set job is equal to manager. Okay, comma, salary is going to be smallest salary of all current managers, so that is unknown. And then we said we are going to do that for Milo, right? So ename equals to, so that is main query. And now let's come back to subquery. So we need to find out what is smallest salary for all managers. Okay. So we're going to select mean cell. Okay. From EMP. Okay. And then current managers. So well, job is equal to manager. There we go. find the minimum salary for all managers, right? Got it? Good. Next, what I do not have a question for insert. Insert, you can also have subqueries. So let me see what I would do for that. I don't have a question. Let me just make up a question here, okay? Okay. Add a new employee. And let's just say Sarah, okay? Whose job is the same as James, and salary is the average of all clocks. Okay, something like that. So we are adding new employees, so we're going to say insert into EMP. So what are going to insert? We have ename, right? And then we have a job, and then we have salary, cell. And of course, we have to make up EMP number, okay? Because that is a primary key. And then say values, okay. So ename is Sarah, that's easy. Then what about job? Job is same as Smith, so question mark. And what about salary? Salary is also question mark. And what about EMP number? So that one we can just use whatever, like a sequence number or whatever. So let's just say it's 9001, make up something, okay? And after we finish the main query, then we can just come to subqueries, okay? So first, we need to find out what is job title for James, right? So select job. Oh, need to put it inside the parentheses. Okay. So select job from EMP, where ename is equal to James. Okay, question mark. So that's one unknown. Second unknown is average salary for all clocks. So we're going to put that inside the parentheses again. So select average of cell from EMP, where job is equal to clock. Okay. So that is how we use subqueries inside the select statement. So basically, in the select statement, you can for any unknowns, you can also use subqueries. Okay. Make sense? Okay. And there's one more type of questions I think I need to warm up also. That is one related to, say, for example, if I want to find out the smallest department. Okay, let's do that. So what do I mean by smallest department? Let's just interpret that as number of employees. Okay, so to find the number of employees, then we are going to use group statistics. So select DEPT number from EMP, okay, and then group by DEPT number, and then we say heaven count. Okay, count number of employees is less than or equal to or. So then we need to find out what is the question mark here. The question mark is we need to find out what are the counts, what are the department counts for each department, right? So in other words, what are the number of employees for each department? So that question is that is what subquery we need to handle. So we need to do select count. Okay, from EMP, then group by DEPT number, right? So that is, so that will give you a list of counts, and then as long as the count that you're looking for is smaller than all of them, then that is what you're looking for. Okay, let's just do one more like that. So this time, let's say I want to find out the department that has smallest total salary. Find a department that has smallest total salary. Okay. You see, this kind of questions are very, very practical. You know, you can just imagine that, you know, that managers may like to know those kind of answers, to have those kind of answers. And you really don't need like a programmer to come to tell you, you know, after a couple of weeks of work, to write a code to do that. And this is just simple SQL statement. You can just access a live database to get the answer instantaneously. There's no need to wait for time, like you know, few hours for programmers to give you the answer. So let's say find the department. So select the PT number. Okay. From EMP again. So this time we are talking about total salary. Again, that is a statistics. So we have to group by the PT number, and then say heaven, and then sum of the salary is smallest. So greater than or equal to all. So now we need to find out what are the total salaries for each department, right? So we need to use subquery to do that. Okay. Right. So let's do that. Select sum of cell from EMP. Okay, and then group by the PT number. There we go. So if you run that, it should find out which department has smallest numbers of total salaries. So that's department 10. Okay. All right, so those are the pretty much we did last week, and now let's move on to so-called union minus intersect. So if for that, I believe everybody has learned that in elementary school. I think it's a primary school, that how to do set operations. Let me just explain, just remind you of that, just in case you forget. Okay. So suppose I have set like A here. Set is just basically a bunch of elements, right? And then there's another set B here. So this is B. Okay. And then the elements belong to both will be in here, right? Okay. So this will be a common portion of A and B. And then that is represented by A intersect B. So that is A intersect B. Okay. So what it means is, that A and B, or things that belong to both. So that's a common area. The common elements belong to A and B. So that's what the intersect is about. And then on the other hand, if you have A and B, okay, and then if you can also union them. So basically, if you're trying to find the elements belong to either A or B, and also something in the middle, right? The common ones. So this means A or B. Okay, so elements belong to A or B. Okay, so this part will be just, you know, the common parts. But then this part will be belong to A only, and this part will belong to B only. Okay, so this will be A union B. Okay, so the semantics for that is or. So that means A or B. Okay. Now what about the minus? Minus, let's just do it here. So this A and the B here. So minus, so if you're just trying to find elements in A, but not in B. A but not in B. A but not B. Then this part will be, right? So this part should be excluded because this part belongs to A and also B. So you have to make sure that you only get the part that belongs to A only, not B. So this is a minus, A minus B, okay? And then you write that in Word, that will be A minus B, okay? So this is the meaning. It belongs to A, but not B. So what does this have to do as with our data, with our database? Well, you can just imagine A is set of results from one SQL statement. B is another set of results from another SQL statement. Then you can find out what is their common result. So which will be intersect. Or you can find out the result that belong to there's a common result. If you can also find the result that that kind of like belong to A or B. So that means you have two SQL statements and trying to merge the results into one set of result. Okay, so that will be union. Or you may say I want to find a result in A but not in B. Okay, so in that case you will do A minus B. So again, in this case, A and B will be represented by two subqueries. Each one will find some results, and then you are trying to combine the results somehow. Okay, you can combine the result by finding the common result, or finding result that belong to either subqueries, and then you can also do minus. Okay, so that means belong to A but not B. So let's try to practice this. Okay. I think this part probably will be, this part is still in my lecture note in chapter 20, but the next part about tuple variables is not, I believe. Okay, so now let's go back. Let me go back to the examples and the questions. Yeah, okay, so here, example 1, show all employees and their annual income. I think we already did that, but now let's try to do it another way. Somebody has a question? Okay. So show all employees and their annual income. So that would be annual income is the salary times 12 plus commission, right? So if you're trying to do something like this, select 12 times sale plus com as income. And then let's put a name here. From EMP, you know that you're not good, you don't get the correct result. You don't get the correct result. Okay, so let's see that. Does anybody say why you don't get correct result? Because you see that there's a lot of employees does not even have income. See here. Do you see why? Because those employees have no commission. Commission is null, so anything that involves null will become null. Okay, so any operation that say add null or plus null or multiply by null, the result will be null. So here you're going to get this type of error, right? And then I told you that you can handle null value by using like a MVL function. So if we do that, then this problem can be solved. Okay, so 12 times cell plus MVL, and then com. Make a null value equal to 0, and then as income. And from EMP. So then this time you will get a correct result, okay? Because you're going to convert null value into 0, and then everyone will have an income. Okay, so I do not have employee name here, so let's just add employee name also. Okay, so you get a 1 for each employee. All right, so we have now with this union, we can have another way to do it. Okay, without using MVL function. Not use MVL function. Okay, so I'm going to do first. I'm going to use one statement to find out those employees who have no income for those employees who have no commission. So let's say as income, and then ename from EMP. Okay, so those will be the people who have no. Okay, I need to put that to say, well, com is null. Okay, com is null, because if com is null, then you really don't need to add a commission. Don't need to add a commission to the total salary, right? And the second part is those who have commission. So I'm going to add a commission this time, and as income, and then also ename from EMP where count is not null. Okay, so now you have two set of queries, two set of results, one for each subquery, and then we're trying to find belong to either this one or this one, right? Belong to either this one or that one. So basically, we try to get all the employees, right? So that's union. Okay. Make sense? Okay, so let's run that. Should get it. Oh, I have something wrong here. Let me see. Sometimes, last sentence well wrong. Well, okay, well econ. Thank you. So welcome is not null. All right. From. Thank you. So, all right. So we get exactly the same answer. So this time we are using union. So you see the idea here. So we get a bunch of employees and their income for those who have no commission, then those who have commission. And then every time we do this union, make sure that the column name match. Okay. So for example, the first one I use first column as income, second column is ename, right? And the second subquery should be the same thing. Okay, income and ename. Okay, those columns must be matching. Otherwise you're going to get a strange result anyway. So do I put a semicolon somewhere? So entire thing must have a semicolon to end with. Okay. All right. So this is the first example, union. And now let's do example 2, 3. For the example 2 and 3, actually we need to get another table. Let me. How much time do I have? Do I have enough time? Yeah, I think I have enough time. 3:15, right? So I have enough time. So let me do question 4 first, okay? 4, 5, and now we'll come back to 2, 3. And I will tell you if there's any questions related to a table that does not exist, you can always go to script loader to find the file, find the code to create those tables. So let me do this first, okay? So example 4. Okay, the question is, find the department that has no employees, and I said that it is tempting to do something like this. Did we do this question last week? I think we did that using subqueries, right? Okay, but it's tempting to do something like this, but that will not be right. I explained that to you. So suppose if I say select department number from EMP, and then group by DEPT number, and then say heaven. Count equal to 0, that will be incorrect. Okay, that's incorrect. You understand that, right? We talk about that because for any employees inside, if you have employees for any department, if you have employees in the employee table, then that department cannot have zero employees. Okay, so last week we gave you answer like this. We're going to say select dname, maybe dname. Okay, or maybe DEPT number, does not matter, DEPT number from DEPT, and then say where DEPT number not in, select DEPT number from the EMP, right? So here we're trying to use one table to find all the department numbers, and as long as those department numbers not in the second table, in the employee table, then those employees have no employees, right? Those departments have no employees. Okay, so now let's do a third approach. The third approach we can use basically pretty much the same thing here. So we're trying to find all the department numbers from department table, and then we also find all the department numbers from EMP table, and then we use a minus. So belong to department but not in EMP table, right? So we can use subquery to do that. Use a minus to do that. Select the EPT number from DEPT, Okay, and then the second subquery would be select the EPT number from EMP, right? Okay, so we're trying to find the department numbers, which is inside department table, but not employee table. So we're going to use a minus here. Does it make sense? So you have one set get all the departments, all department numbers, and then another set get also department numbers. But then this, if as long as you have one department number that belongs to the first one but not in the second one, that means that department number does not have employees. Okay, so it should get exactly the same answer as the previous one. Okay, so 2 departments have no employees. All right, and now let's do question 5. Example 5, and this one is actually most interesting. And then when you do those kind of questions, you will wonder, you wish you could use C# to do it or Java to do it. So the question is, how much money do you need to have like a 2% annual salary increase? I would say how much extra, right? How much money for that salary increase? Let me see. If you want to get a 2% salary increase for all salesmen, 4% salary increase for all clerks, and a 6% increase for the rest of the employees. Okay, so how much extra money do you need for that? How much extra money do you need? Is needed to have that kind of a salary increase? You see the problem? Yeah. Last one, which one?
One that had the subquery.
You mean this one? So this one's not working for you, or which one is not working for you? Turns nothing? Oh, that is possible if you have a department that has, so in my case, I have 2 departments which have no employees. But if you already inserted the employees into the EMP table for all departments, then you may have a different answer. Yeah, it should be returning the same thing. Yeah. Okay, but the first one does not. Then you need to check, say whether maybe you misspelled, or maybe you just check. You should give you the same thing. So make sure you select for department. Okay, DPT table. Yeah, I run it. Same thing. Okay. It's not working, or it's just does not give you answer. Okay. So yeah. So if it's not working, just comment the entire thing out. All right. So now let's try to go to this one. So how much extra needed to have that 2% salary increase? Now let me try to do this. Okay. So for everybody, you're going to have a salary increase. So let's say for all salesmen, right? So let's do salesman first. So if I do salesman, salary increase, that would be what? 2%. So that would be 0.02 multiplied by sale. Okay. And let's say that is increase. Okay. So increase from EMP, and then where job is equal to salesman, right? Okay, so that is one. So basically, we are going to get all salary increases for all employees. So what we need to do is, I'm going to just make this a subquery, and then trying to use a main query to sum of this. So that will be total salary we needed, total money we needed for 2% salary increase for all salesmen. Okay, so I'm going to put this as subquery first. Okay, and then let's write the main query trying to add all this increases. So I'm going to say select sum of INC increase. Remember the name, I renamed that the multiplication as increase from where? From this table. So I'm going to use a subquery to create a template table so that you can select data from it. Okay, and there we go. So let's just say how much we get. So if I get if we can run that, then we'll figure out how do we run the entire thing. Okay, so if give me null value, why is null value? Salesman, did I misspell anything? Job equals to salesman. Select 0.02 salary as increase and sum of that. So this subquery will give you a column, which is give you one column, which is called inc, INC. And then from EMP, where job equal to sales. Did I misspell anything? Let me draw on this one first, okay? So I have some kind of wrong thing here. Let me try and see what's going on here. So let's see. So it might be related to something that I inserted, I think. Remember, did Sarah here? What is wrong? Select 0.02 cell as increase from EMP where job equal to salesman. Do I have a salesman at all? We should have a salesman. So job equals to salesman. That is strange. Huh. Okay, let me do this. Select star from amp. Do I have a salesman at all? Oh. You see what happened? I don't have salesman here. I changed them to operator, did I? So what should I do? What should I do? I should do, let me see. I can commit, I can, what is the other one? Opposite to commit, undo. Anybody? Undo. What is that command? Just all of a sudden, I've just that term just skipped in my mind. Undo, revoke. No, what is it? Oh, bad memory. Okay, so that anyway, let me change this to operator then. Okay, operator. Trying to get the idea that yeah. So we have like $438. Okay. So now let me get rid of that. Okay. So now we are going to do that for clocks. So basically, if you change this to clock, then get all salary for clocks. And also, if you do for everybody else, 6%. So basically, I'm going to do this. I'm going to use create like a union here. So from, and then the union will give us the result for all three cells. Okay. So I'm going to say union. Okay. So next one is for whom? For clocks. So 0.04 times salary, and also as increase from EMP, and then where job equals to clock. Okay. So then there will be this subquery will give you a bunch of salary increases for clocks. And now let's do next one, union again. Select 0.06 times salary as increase again. Run EMP. Well, now this time we say job is not, it's for everybody else. So that means the job is not operator and it's not a clock. Okay, so we can do, so you can use not in, and let's put a list here. One is operator. Operator. Okay, comma, and then clock. So job is not in this list. And then we need another parenthesis to close the whole thing. Right, so this is closed by first closing parenthesis, and then this will close the whole subquery. All right. So now this subquery is basically a result of a union of three things, and then you're trying to sum of all that, trying to get a sum of all that, and that theoretically should give us the correct result. So let's run that. Okay. Let's run that. So $8.16. $8.16. But this is not, but I can tell you that this is appears to be right, appears to be correct, but not correct. But it's not exactly correct. Okay. So you just imagine, you probably think that, well, the first set get all salary increases for operators, second set get all for clocks, and third set get for everybody else, right? So then I sum all of them, I should get a correct result, right? So that's why I said appears to be right. However, let me show you why this is incorrect, okay? Let me give you, let's say, get a whiteboard here. And from that, you will be able to tell this is related to set operation. Okay. Suppose I have two set A. Put here A equals to. Let me just put three. Put it like let's say A equals to A B C. Okay. And then let's say B equals to B and X and Y. Okay. So those are two sets. Okay. And now A, what is A union B? A union B will be equals to belong to either A or B, right? So you're going to have A, B, and C, right? So belong to A and also belong to B. So also B. So B is already in there, so you don't need to include that B again, right? So then you can have just X and Y. Okay, do you see the problem here? A union B, so basically even though B belongs to both, but B is only counted once, but you're not counting B twice. Now let me try and extend that to the question of what type we are doing here. That is questions we are trying to do. Suppose I have two sets. Let's say suppose that the salary increases for operators are $100 for one person, and $150 for second person, and $110 for third person, and then let's say $115 for fourth person. Okay. Now let's say from second subquery, that's just say that's for clocks. Now the money you have will be say 100, and then 102, and then 110. Suppose you have this result. All right. So now what is A union B? A union B, you would have 100, 150, 110, and 115, right? So you have to get everybody from A, and also from B. So B, you have 100, but the 100 is already included once, so you cannot double count again. Make sense? So A will be just so this 100 will be skipped, and then you have 102, which is not double counting. And then 110 is also double counting. So basically, If you do union, you're going to get this 5 result, five numbers. Okay, so now do you see why the answer is incorrect? Because when we do union, we actually skip those equivalent common numbers. Okay, we don't double count twice. So essentially, what we need to do is we need to add all these numbers and plus all these numbers, sum of these numbers to get the total numbers, right? However, if you do union first, then you only get the sum of these numbers. So it's 100 and 110 will only be counted twice when you do additions. Does it make sense? So that's why this answer is incorrect. So how do we solve that problem? How do we solve that problem? How do we make sure that this, if a number belongs to the first set and also set the second set, you really need to count them twice, not count just once. And the way to do that is we could just trying to make sure that those when you do this sub unions, you don't collapse the result. So what do we do is I can just put like EMP number along with the salary. EMP number. EMP number. So that in that way, you're not going to have like two identical records, two identical with exactly same employee number and also same salary increase number to be like merged into one. Okay, because employee number is always unique, right? So by doing that, you'll be able to solve that problem. Is that clear, everyone? So this is kind of like make sure you understand why the reason behind this subquery, this union. So basically, when you do union, if there's any common numbers, those common numbers will be only counted once, not double count. But then when we're trying to do sum, we actually have the sum of all numbers. Even though those numbers appeared twice or 3 times, then we have to count them 2 times or 3 times. Okay? So that's how we can solve that problem. So this kind of this query is a little bit difficult. Okay, it's a little bit difficult. Just it will take some time to get used to that. So basically, we're trying to use union to understand how we apply union to this kind of example. Okay, so 8, 16. So let's run that. I may get exactly the same result. I may get different result this time. So for 934. Okay, 934 is the correct result. It really depends on your data. Okay, your data may not have that identical numbers to be merged. Then that you may not get exactly the same result. Okay, I think we should. Let me go to back to question 2 and 3. I'm going to show you for those tables referenced is not, we don't have those tables, but we can just create those tables, okay? So let me go to, so everyone follow me, go to eCourse. And then you go to public, and then go to load script loader. Okay, so then if you follow that, okay, so let me try to find that. So the best way probably would be just copy all that. So I will copy from which place? Copy from here, creating sample databases, copy all that, okay, all the way to the end. And then go put inside like a node, okay, like a tag, like a notepad, okay, and then you can search. And then that will be easier to find what we need. So, but for this one, I'm going to just take a lazy approach, trying to find it. I think there's one called, so we have HR database, that's what we created before. And then let's just create, there's a user database, move along. Okay, I think we found it here. Okay, create a student database. I think this is the one. Create a student database. So students, okay, so let's just start from here. Did you find it? Create students database, okay? And then all the way to, let me tell you, so all these are related to student database. All the way to the audit and other tables. So before that, you see that? Create audit and other tables before that, before create audit tables, and then after create student database. Okay, copy all that, and then
I'm sorry, can you go over how you got to the scripts loader? Again, I missed that.
go to equals public, and then go to script equals learning resources, and always somewhere to the bottom. Find it?
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Okay, find the create student table, student database, and then copy all the scripts until you see create audit and other tables. Okay, so copy, and then I'm going to go to here, paste. Okay, paste here. So make sure that this time I'm going to select all the code and run all of them at once. Okay, so all of them just select it and then run it. Okay, perfect, there's no error. So select all of the code, it's just copied. You can run multiple times. And then I'm going to delete those. And then let's come back to our question. You know what? 3:15, right? So actually, I probably just better off stop here. So make sure you have those sample tables created, and then we will stop here, and then we'll continue to do the rest example in week 11, week 12. Subqueries, we finished that, and we have not done copy data, so we should be able to do the copy data and also tuple variables in next class. Okay. All right, now let me see whether anybody have questions. Let me stop recording first. Yeah. Do we have a class on Wednesday? Because?
It's Veterans Day.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. Oh, really? Okay, so yeah, if it's holiday, then we won't have a class. Good to know. So this coming Wednesday. Okay. Thanks for reminding me that.